Nowadays, we name things without really considering it if it offends someone, what its value is, or what it really means. One perfect example of this has to do with the team Redskins, the Washington Redskins, and a group of Native Americans that felt that they were being treated unfairly by naming this sports team Redskins. We must look into how these names offend Native Americans and what they really mean and why they offend Native Americans, as well as trying to change these sports teams to make this specific group of Native Americans feel as if they're being treated right, as if they're actually considered important, and that we value and respect their ethnic group as well as culture and beliefs. First of all, I want to discuss how these names offend them and what they actually mean, and why this battle between the Redskins team and the Native American group is actually important. Second of all, I also want to go into how Natives brought it to court and weren't really heard, and so for this reason they believe that they don't really have any rights and that people don't really listen to them, giving them these rights that they so much want. And lastly, I also want to explain how if we change these sports teams, how it will positively impact Native Americans and the way that many people see them or the stereotypes that are considered of them. First of all, I want to go into why this battle between this Native American group and the Redskins is going on so much. There's an article posted on this, actually, written by Aaron Stanley from Fergus Falls Daily Journal, which was named Redskin Name Change Supporters Carry Weight, which was posted in 2013. And in here, he explains that a Minnesota congresswoman demanded that the Washington Redskins change their name because she felt that they were exploiting the Redskin name for profit, as well as trying to justify this racial slur. She scolded the owner, Daniel Snyder, and the commissioner, Roger Goodell, for doing this. And the reason that Redskins is actually an offensive name is because back in history, when Native Americans were being taken over, the conquerors would usually skin them, and this earned them the name Redskins, explaining after their skin, obviously, there would only be muscle and blood, and so they would probably carry the Native American skins around, and usually which was consisting of the head part, leaving them with no skin around their face. And so this wasn't something to proudly be naming things afterwards, and so Native Americans feel like it's an offensive term. And so the team attempted to bring Native Americans to support them, as well as supposedly luring a chief, which later they found out that he really wasn't, and his name Chief was actually just a nickname, and he was not even 1/4 Native American. And so this angered Native Americans more, which brings me to my second main point, which is that this group of Native Americans that was angered more had a 17-year-old battle going on with the Team Redskins, and so they tried bringing it to Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court didn't really pay attention to them. They denied them a hearing because they believed that this issue wasn't really important. And this was actually posted by ACDS, named The Dark Side of Sports Symbols, in 2001. And for my third topic that I wanted to go on and explain is that if we change these sports teams' names, this will positively impact this group of Native Americans because it would decrease many of the stereotypes that are out there just hearing the simple name. One article was posted also claiming that despite the apparent triviality, that the symbols surrounding these sports teams are actually really important because they contribute to the pattern of social dominance in society, which means that by naming this teams Redskins, they're sort of downgrading Native Americans and making all other ethnic groups be above them. And so this group of Native Americans believes that if sports teams are named after something that's not offensive or less offensive, then they will feel like they're equal with all other ethnic groups, cultures, as well as sports teams in general. And so if we get rid of these names, then many of the stereotypes also surrounding this group will be greatly reduced, as well as many of the imagery that we have of Native Americans will actually become positive instead of more negative, reminding us of what red skin really means. So if we work on first being aware of what these things really mean and how they can offend people, we can actually make them feel better by changing these and tweaking it, or giving them the respect that they need. And by hearing them and letting them or helping them to actually have a hearing in court will make them feel like their rights are being respected, as well as that they're being paid attention to more. And also focusing on how the ending of naming sports and being a little bit more sensitive to it will greatly impact how stereotypes are told, or what we believe, and as well as stop this image of Native Americans, this negative image, stop from surrounding media, as well as many of the people around.